If you've ever stood at the plate and felt like you're just not getting everything out of your swing, like there's more power in there somewhere, well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to break down the single most important part of a powerful swing, the sequence. We're building it from the ground up, piece by piece.
You know, let's just start with this quote, because it really says it all. Sloppy feet equals sloppy swings. It just cuts right to the heart of the matter, doesn't it? If your foundation is shaky, if that connection to the ground isn't solid, then the whole swing just kind of falls apart before it even has a chance.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to pinpoint the problem, what we call the out-of-sequence swing. Then we'll get into the solution, which is all about the kinetic chain. After that, we'll cover a super important piece of the puzzle, bracing for maximum power. And we'll wrap it all up with 3 simple drills you can do to actually feel this stuff and build that muscle memory.
Okay, let's start by putting a name to the problem. What in the world is an out-of-sequence swing, and why is it robbing so many hitters of their power?
Well, it really boils down to 2 different kinds of swings. On one side, you've got the push swing. This is where you're trying to muscle the bat to the ball with your arms and hands. And on the other, you've got the rotational swing, where all the power comes from your big muscles, your core and your hips. That push swing, it's not just weak, it's totally out of order.
So why does this happen, especially with younger hitters? A lot of times it's just a weak core, or it could be a simple fear of missing, so they try to kind of guide the bat to the ball with their hands. But the biggest mechanical giveaway, the real culprit, is right there at the bottom. Their hands start moving forward before their front foot has even planted on the ground.
All right, we've seen the problem. Now let's talk about the solution, understanding the kinetic chain. Honestly, think of this as the body's secret formula for creating effortless power. It's all about passing energy from one part of the body to the next in a perfect, explosive order.
And this is just a brilliant way to picture it in your head. Your swing should feel like a tornado. The energy starts wide and connected at the base, that's the ground, and it funnels all the way up, getting faster and more intense until it culminates in the bat whipping through the zone.
This sequence, this is everything. It all kicks off with the heel strike. Boom, that's your trigger. Instantly, the hips fire into rotation. But here's the magic part. As those hips are turning, your upper body resists for just a split second. That creates this huge rubber band-like stretch across your core. And that stored energy is what gets unleashed into the ball.
Okay, so making all that power is one thing, but you've got to transfer it into the baseball, right? And that's where this idea of a firm front side becomes absolutely critical. It's the key that makes sure none of that rotational energy goes to waste.
So what is a firm front side block? It's just what it sounds like, bracing against your lead leg as you swing. I want you to think of it like a brick wall. All that rotational energy you created comes flying around and bam, it slams into this firm wall. It has nowhere else to go but straight up the chain and out through the bat. Put it this way, a soft front side, like a bent, collapsing front knee, is like a big cushion. It just absorbs all your power, and it's gone. But a firm front side, that creates what we call a massive power collision. It guarantees that every single ounce of force you generated from the ground actually gets into the baseball.
Okay, that's enough talk, that's enough theory. The only real way to get this sequence down is to feel it in your own body. So let's get practical. Let's walk through 3 super simple drills you can use to build this ground-up swing right into your muscle memory.
First up is a drill called the ground plant. All you're going to need is a piece of PVC pipe. This one is just fantastic for isolating your lower half and really feeling it start the swing.
So here's how you do it. Get in your launch position, holding the pipe just like a bat, and plant the end of it firmly in the ground out in front of you. Now the absolute key here, and I mean the key, is to keep your hands and that pipe perfectly still. Don't let them move. From there, it's simple. Plant your front heel and turn your hips. That is it. Heel down, hips turn.
Now, as you do this, check in with yourself. Are your hands creeping forward? That's that old push swing trying to sneak back in. Are you popping straight up, losing your posture? Stay down in your legs. What you should be feeling is a really good stretch across your middle. That's the feeling. That's your lower body getting out ahead of your upper body.
All right, let's go to drill number 2, resisting the top half. We're still going to use that PVC pipe, but now the whole focus is on creating that powerful separation between your hips and your shoulders.
So for this one, you're going to rest the pipe across your shoulders, behind your neck. You're in your launch position, front heel just a little bit up. Now it's the same exact trigger. As that heel goes down, you fire your hips. The whole goal is to keep that pipe and your upper body from lunging forward or turning with your hips. You're actively fighting the turn with your top half.
And you got to be honest with yourself here. Is your head drifting forward? Is your whole body just spinning like one solid block? If it is, you're what we call a one-piece swinner. Your job with this drill is to fight that. You want to feel your hips start the turn while your shoulders stay back, creating that awesome stretched out feeling.
And for our last drill, we're going to finally put this feeling into an actual swing off the tee. We're going to use a little pause in the middle of the swing to help your brain connect the right feeling with the final move.
Okay, here it is. From your normal launch position, I want you to start your swing with only your hips, and I want you to stop the very moment the knob of your bat is pointing at the ball. That's called the connection position. Just stop there. Feel that. Then reset completely, get back in your stance, and take a full normal swing, trying to hit that exact same position on the way through.
As you do this, keep an eye on a few things. The number one mistake is pushing your hands forward when your hips turn. Don't do that. Instead, you should feel your backside working down and back and your front shoulder working a little bit up. That's how you know your core is doing the work and you're swinging rotationally.
And really, it all comes back to this one idea. This should be your new mantra. You need to burn this into your brain. You don't swing with your arms and hands. They're just holding on to the bat. You swing from your middle, from your powerful core in your hips.
So, I'll just leave you with this question to think about. The next time you step into the cage, ask yourself, am I just mindlessly training my swing, or am I intentionally, deliberately training the sequence? Because that sequence, my friends, is the real key to unlocking all the power you never even knew you had.